Hello interwebs, welcome to Let's Build Computers. We've got something really special today. So if anyone was paying attention last weekend, which was July the 7th, wasn't it? AMD have just had a very good weekend with the new release of the Zen 2 CPU lineup and also their 5700 graphics cards, which was the 5700 and the 5700 XT. My friend Hugh here has just splashed out on the 5700 XT, but this is the 50th anniversary special edition. So this is the nice fancy one. So this one is, what, £70 more, was it?
Oh, something in that region.
Yeah, about that much. Which, you know, for a fancy special edition card, actually isn't too bad. And for something a bit special, you know, I don't think that's a king's ransom. So firstly, I want to make plain just from the get-go, we will turn this thing on and fire it up and everything, but this is not going to be a super in-depth review. If you want to see the facts and figures and how fast these cards are, go to Adamant, because they will match it on much more expensive hardware than I have against many more graphics cards than I possess. I don't have the equipment to really pitch this thing against lots of graphics cards, so go elsewhere for that. However, if you want to see hands-on pictures and videos, you're in the right place. So with all that in mind, let's open this thing up. Now, I will point out the seals are broken on it because obviously Hugh wanted to look at his brand new graphics card. However, it's dust-free, never been turned on. So yeah, this is the box it comes in, which is gorgeous already with the gold inlay on it. If we look on the bottom, the actual barcode is AMD Radeon RX 5700 XT 50th anniversary retail CN. So country of origin China, we're not sure whether it's for Chinese domestic market or what. Either way, obviously it's going to be the right one. But yeah, and that's it. It looks very, very nice. Seal on the side there, Team Red, Team Red. Let's open it up. Oh, that makes, oh, look at that. Oh my, that's worth every penny, isn't it? That's gonna look gorgeous. So, in the box, we have international compliance information. I don't think anyone's dying to see that. And we have probably the warranty card. Yep, we have the warranty card. And we have the card. Is that all she wrote? Is that everything?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess that's all you need, isn't it? Let's open it. Let's get it out. There we go. Gosh, look at that. Aren't you pretty? That is gorgeous. No RGB, no lights, none of that nonsense. Just black shroud cover with the gold inlay. And who's that? Lisa?
Lisa Su.
Lisa Su. Who is Lisa Su?
The CEO of AMD.
Very nice. Cool. So it's kind of nice. They've put all of the regulation stickers and everything are on the bottom of the cooler. So you won't have any of that. A lot of graphics cards, they put all the stickers across the back of it, including warranty stickers and everything. Thanks a lot, guys. Right where we can see them. We've got none of this here except for a caution hot sticker, which looks quite nice and easy to remove. And, oh, look at that. Look at how pretty that exhaust is. I love a good exhaust. Let's fix the focus just for a good close-up shot on that. There we go. Right on the side. And we've got an 8 and a 6 pin power input. That does look absolutely gorgeous. And on the back, no DVI, but we've got 3 full-size display ports and a HDMI, which is more or less all you need, really. Very, very nice. And that's a really big, deep radial cooler on that. That is going to be lovely and quiet, I reckon. Oh, you don't think so?
No, they're horrifyingly loud.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, no. We'll find out. We'll put it to the test. And you know I'm a stickler for noise. So, yeah, we'll put it to the test. However, first impressions, that is absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. Love everything about it. I think the only thing The only thing I'm slightly sad about is that it doesn't actually have 5700 XT written on that, which is debatable. You know, some people might like that, some people might dislike that. Personally, I just think, you know, just having, you know, RX 5700 XT written on there just would have finished it perfectly. But other than that, I can't fault it. That is one slick looking graphics card. Let's plug it into something. Okay, here's our first example setup of the card. So sorry for no braided power cables, but we're kind of doing this in a hurry. But apart from that, as you can see, the card looks absolutely slick as can be. The Radeon logo lights up, just a nice, pleasant background, natural white color. It's not a sharp blue, it's a very natural white. And if you're a stickler for your lighting looking pleasant and just aesthetically pleasing, then it's going to look spot on. There's no garish RGB or rainbow colors here. It's just a nice soft illumination. The fan doesn't stop at idle. However, just idling in the computer as it is at the moment, the card is more or less silent, and I'm entirely happy with the way it's running. So what we're going to do next is we're going to plug it into another setup that we've got ready to run just a couple of benchmarks on it. As I said at the start of this video, this isn't going to be a real performance test match or anything, but we're going to do some basic comparisons versus a couple of other graphics cards we've got lying around and just show you the kind of ballpark things that this card is capable of. So let's get to it. Okay, here's our next test rig. I apologise in advance for this one. Not saying anything, but you know, let's open it up.
Hey. It has side panels on it. What more do you want?
It does. We went over this earlier on, and I am actually impressed that we have the side panels at all for this case. We even have an I/O panel at the back, so that's one thing.
Yeah, because it's integrated into the motherboard.
Okay, right. So here is Hugh's setup. This, I'm ashamed to say, is where this card will be living for the time being. Hopefully one day he'll get a pretty computer. However, you can see why I wanted to put it in mine as well. However, at the moment, this is a pair of GTX 980s.
Standard boring 980s.
Yeah, and I just want to draw attention to the string. This is functional string. The purpose of this string is to prevent card sag, which in turn gets better airflow into the top card. This computer is the epitome of function over form. However, one day it'll be good. So what's in here at the moment? This is a 2700X?
Yeah, 2700X, 32 gigs, PC, 3200 RAM, the 980s as you said, Gigabyte X470 Aorus Gaming 7 Wi-Fi.
Oof, very nice. Got the Wi-Fi edition in there. But yes, that's a very... oh yeah, it's the X470. Yeah, that's a nice motherboard, isn't it?
Yes.
So are you keeping that motherboard for when you get your 3700X, or are you getting an X570?
I'm going to get a X570 Master, which is the one down from top, because like heck am I paying £700 for a motherboard?
Yeah, even then, one down from top, that's going to be 500, isn't it?
It's like 480.
Oof, the biggest oof.
Hey, this was like 400 when new.
Okay, right. Okay, right. You had ideas on what we were going to do to demonstrate this. What were your ideas?
Yes, as this is my standard gaming machine, it has games installed already. I was just going to fire up something like Witcher 3 because that's quite heavy, or something like Far Cry 5, stick it on maximum settings to get minimum frame rates possible with whatever resolution we got, and then go, this is what 980s and SLI get. Then stick the RX 5700 XT 50th edition anniversary special gold.
With Lisa Su's signature on it.
Exactly, that's worth at least an extra 5 FPS.
I think it was also worth an extra 70 quid. But
and then just, go vis-a-vis FPS differences between the two cards.
Cool,
or
let's...
3 cards.
Yes.
Because SLI.
Yes. Also, we've got the 1070 as well, which will probably drop in just for a good comparison point. Because we should have sort of 3 levels of cards here. We've got 980s, a 1070, and then the 5700 as well. So we can throw in a 1070 just so you guys can see how it compares versus another card that's quite common in the wild at the moment. So, right, let's get started. So, I guess for now, we just want to turn it on, fire it up, and get our baseline, don't we?
Exactly, yes.
Cool.
Before we do that, I will just remove that.
Okay, so for our super quick rundown setup, at the moment, this is the dual 980 setup, as you can see in the bottom left. And we're screen capping through a USB capture card, so you are seeing 30 frames a second, but in the top left you can see we have frame rate counters to show you what we're actually getting from the cards. So firstly, this is Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and as you can see, if we just start scrolling through these graphics settings, these are the settings we're running. So for reference, that's what we're going to be running. We're basically on ultra settings, 1080p, with all the Hairworks fancy stuff turned off. So yeah, let's get into the game and you can just see what kind of frames we're getting. Okay, so in-game you can see that we're getting a pretty stable 130 frames a second with about, 8 millisecond of frame time. So fairly predictable for this kind of setup. Okay, we've now got the EVGA GTX 1070 in there. It's not a TI, it's just an ordinary 1070. So let's see how that performs. Oof. That's the big oof. Those 980 SLIs hold up still, don't they? Does Witcher 3 do well with SLI? Well, apparently yes, because...
I didn't think so.
Yeah, because
when playing on my screens at home, I'm pretty sure I only get like 4 frames a second, 5 frames a second out of it.
Yeah. Either that or the 980 goes toe-to-toe with the 1070 pretty good, but I find that hard to believe.
Well, it kind of makes sense.
Well, yeah, I suppose it's one step out, isn't it? You go up by one generation, one step down. All right, there you go. So, out of cutscene, we were running about, what was that? 80, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 80 to 90, and in cutscene, about 110, 120, looking for that. You get the idea. Cool. Right, let's put in the one that you've been waiting for.
No.
Here's the question: are the drivers going to acknowledge that you have the special edition, or are the drivers just going to call it a 5700 XT, and you're going to be like, actually, excuse me, I didn't pay 70 quid for Lisa Su's signature on my graphics card to be served up with this bullshit, you know. Oh, look at that. It's at 6 megahertz. Actually, really?
Maybe?
I can count faster than that. Oh, look, it really is. It's a 50th anniversary edition. Oh, that's beautiful. It doesn't even fit on the screen. Worth every penny. Woo! Hello, hairdryer. Bloody hell, that belts it out though. How much do we get out of that side? There's virtually nothing.
Yeah, because there's a solid block of plastic here.
Oh, is there? Yeah. So the vent on the back of the card. Can you feel the vacuum?
Kind of. You can feel the edges of the airflow.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. So the back of the card, that vent is literally just for show and does nothing.
Oh, yeah.
However, the back of the card, yeah, that is belting out air. And of course, that is the advantage of these radial coolers, is they do actually exhaust the heat out of the computer, whereas the partner cards with the dual blowers just blow everything around inside in a tornado. So, pros and cons. You'll probably get better temperatures with the partner cards and good case airflow. However, they have their advantages, these things. Okay, right. Same rules as before. We're going to set the same video settings that we did.
Yep, they all look to be exactly the same. They all look to be exactly the same.
I noticed that we're peaking at 3,200 frames per second in the menus. Thank you very much. Alright, we'll wait for the loading screen, then we'll see the numbers that you all came for. Right, and with the 5700 XT Special Edition, must remember Special Edition, as you can see, we're getting about 130 frames or so. And you might say, oh, that's what you're getting with the 980s, but of course that basically means that this graphics card is matching the work of 2 previously flagship graphics cards. So that shows you what we're getting here, the work of 2 cards in a single unit. Now, of course, we have to point out that, again, this is not fully representative. We're only at 1080p. To really let these cards stretch their legs, you've got to go up to like 1440p or 4K to really show them off. And we're not going to do that because we don't have the equipment here. However, this brief example just shows you kind of the rough deal on what you're getting with this card. So this is the kind of performance you can expect from it. Yeah, you can also expect a very noisy cooler, although we have got it at 100%. So yeah, watch out for that.
The other thing you do get is the fact that this was, what, £430 for the special edition one, whereas the 980s launched at just over £500. So it is a case there is about £100 difference.
Good lord, yeah. So that's the thing, with this level of performance for sub £500. So what do you know what the dollar is? About what, about $600?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's $399 for the standard one.
That's probably going to be about the same as the pound, isn't it? Yeah.
And I think the standard one is something like going for something like $370.
Yeah.
That's the cheapest you can get at the moment.
Cool. Right, so the card has settled. We're down to 15%, which seems to be what it wants to idle at. So just to confirm that noise, I'm just going to run up Firmark and just warm it up and then cool it off again. And just see if it does that again, because where we had it running at manual fan settings, I think that might have been giving us skewed results. So let's just whack on GPU stress test. Go. So yeah. However, yeah, it looks like we've settled. It looks like our temperature is starting to settle, and the fan speed is looking for mid-40s. Now, we've got the side panel off at the moment. If we had the side panel on, that's going to warm things up a little bit. Well, actually, no, it won't, because we've got a radial cooler. So that's not going to affect it at all. And actually, it's quite tolerable. So, yeah, I think it just has a very long spool-off time. Let's now kill Firmark. And see how quickly that drops off. So down goes the temperature. And it's coming down faster than it did before. That's tolerable. It's still slower than a Nvidia would be, but that's not a problem. That's not a problem to me at all. I'm okay with that.
We also haven't had a graphics driver update since launch, so it's a case of there will be teething issues in fan curves and stuff.
They're gonna tweak it,
overclocking will probably be a little bit wonky. There'll be a new driver version in a couple of days, which will probably iron out the fan curve.
Yeah. However, that is functioning. For a moment, I thought it genuinely wanted to run the fan at like 80% or something, and that would have been horrendous. However, that was completely tolerable. Obviously, if we'd waited longer in Furmark for heat soak to set in, because we barely hit the top of the curve, then the fan would have ramped up a bit further. But I don't think it would have gone much past 50%, to be honest. And that's completely normal. That's entirely normal. So overall, yeah, that's all right. It's a bit of a noisy little fan, but that's what I expected from a radial cooler, to be honest. That's what I was anticipating. Not the tornado that we initially heard. So that's fine. So yeah, that's it. Let's switch back to the cameras. Right, so there it is, everyone. That is the brand new AMD Radeon RX 5700 XT Special Edition. Or is it 50th Anniversary Edition. I got there in the end. These cards have really long names. It's hard to pronounce. So normally I'm kind of skeptical about special edition components for your computer. I often think that they're not really worth the extra you're paying, especially when quite often you can take the standard edition of something and within 30 seconds in your BIOS you can clock it up to what the special edition one gives you on its clock speeds. However, this card, to be honest, if you're doing a really nice, pretty quality build and you want to put something in that's just a little bit special, I think that's really nice. You're getting a pre-binned graphics card, which means you're guaranteed not to get a lemon in terms of overclocking. You get the special edition cooler that just looks slick as all hell. And if we compare it against other special editions we've seen in the past, like the Intel 8086 Special Edition i7, you know, it was about $100 extra for something like 200 megahertz more on your boost clock, which is nothing. You know, you got basically nothing from it, and you know, no one can see it under your cooler. Whereas this card here, you've got that wonderful special edition cooler. It looks fantastic. It performs unbelievably well for the amount you're paying for it, and I think that's a really special card. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Any comments, stick them down below, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.